Hello, everybody. I'm coming to you on a sunny day here, and it's September, so we have to talk about September. This is the forecast, and we're just looking at the energy. We're looking at the vibe that we have in September, and then some strategies for how are we going to handle this thing. So, if you don't know me, I'm Tamara Childs. I do readings with astrology and also just working with your emotional energy, especially if you're an empath and you aren't always sure if the energy that you're working with is yours or you're going through a really grumpy, crabby time. I have a lot of great tools that can help you clear some of the smog, the psychic smog that may be affecting you. So looking at September, here we are beginning September with this lustrous full moon in Pisces. And Pisces is this incredibly psychic sponge, absorptive, very expansive emotional energy. It's very sensitive. It's like the ocean. It's if you put a drop of something in the ocean, it'll go everywhere. And so we are starting September with this actually an amazing opportunity to gather up all the emotions that have been running us through the last month and release them. And it's a wonderful time for forgiveness. It's a wonderful time for letting go of petty disagreements. And what part of us hates to let go of disagreements? It's our ego. It's the part of us that wants to feel right instead of happy. And actually, that is a really, really great phrase for a full moon in Pisces, or for Pisces energy in general, is how are you holding on to being right about something? Sometimes we like to be right about how wrong somebody else is, or how wrong we are, or how wrong the world is, or how wrong, any situation we have is. And we hold on to that, and Scrooge ourselves through. And it's really just, it's like we're making ourselves unhappy by holding on to that tension and that point of view. And so Pisces is, it's Neptunian energy. It's connected to the release of the things that are so important to us while we're in the grind and in the fight about something. And really, really understanding that when you can let that go, you have an opportunity to fill up with the love that's already available. And that, each of us has this energy tap to this universal love, unconditional love. And that means love with no conditions. And so whatever situation you're trying to let go of right now, whatever disagreement or tension that you're holding on to in a part of yourself, you can use this full moon energy of Pisces to surrender that. And there are a lot of ways to do it. Since we're in the Virgo time, sometimes we like a concrete action. So you can, early in the week, while we still have this flushing effect of the full moon, you can write out some of the points of view that are really, really hardened in you, and the things that you need to be flushed out to be released so that you can receive this unconditional love. So you can write those out and you can burn them in a fire-safe bowl or your stove or your fireplace, or I don't know, a burning pit somewhere. And so when we can let go of the things that we're feeling like Scrooge about, then we have this amazing opportunity this week, also with the full moon, to have some kind of innovative, surprising solution to everything that's been really weighing you down and causing you to be in any form of emotional constipation. So I feel like when we're in the Virgo time, which we are, September, We want to build things. We want things to be constructive. We want to solve problems. We're looking at reality. We're looking at the dust on the window in front of us and saying the only solution to that is to clean it. And what we want to do with the Pisces energy is we want to release the emotional tension we have about reality right now, because there's a lot going on in reality that is hard for a lot of people. And sometimes I have to remind my clients even that the stuff that you feel emotionally is often connected to all the people discharging that same emotional energy, especially if it's negative. It just goes into this big cloud, and then we're all connecting to that energy. It's like overcast. And so it's really important to also, if you are very empathic, to not hold on to stuff that doesn't belong to you. And that's another reminder with this Pisces moon, is just, and looking at any agreements that you have inside yourself. Oh, well, I like to hold things for other people, just I'm waiting right here, just hand your stuff over here, and I'm just gonna, I'm gonna hold this stuff for the collective. You don't have to do that. And actually, it doesn't help anybody clean up their own stuff anyway, if you're just gonna hold unconscious energy for other people. So you empaths who are listening will understand a little bit of what I'm talking about. You can always reach me at the link below if you want to talk more personally about what's affecting you. I want to talk about the backdrop of September, though. And I've already been talking about it, but there is this backdrop of frustrated energy that we're all feeling. Control issues, conundrums and puzzles. Each of us right now has a part of our lives that feels like it's stuck. It's like got a burr, or it's like a splinter, and you just can't quite get that splinter out right now. So there's this burning sensation that's happening through September and continuing forward with, I don't know how to solve this issue, whatever the issue is for you. So with this energy of frustrated action, you're going to see some people going off around you. You're going to see people frustrated. You're going to maybe feel some frustration, and anger is part of that. And so this is a time in September to really take a breather from instant, angry, reactive stuff, if you can. It's not a great time to start that fight. It's not a great time to get into it with people just because you're frustrated. It's a great time to look at the triggers that you do have and what you do with your emotional energy when you're triggered. Anger often comes up when somebody's not being completely honest with us, and we're frustrated about that. And we can feel the truth of a thing, and yet that's not what's being represented by another person or by somebody in the world. Anger comes up when we need to have a boundary, when people are trespassing against our boundaries, and they are, where we have to put a fence up or have a boundary with them. And because anger comes up so that we can defend ourselves. We live in a world that has walls. We have walls on our homes. We have the boundary of skin to protect our organs. So we have to protect ourselves in this world in a certain sense. There's a place where I end and you begin. And if you think it's right here, and I'm saying, no, this is my boundary. This is my body. This is my aura. This is my personal space, or these are my values. And I don't want you to cross those values. So that's another way that anger may be coming up for you, is with this boundary issue this month. And there's one other way that I sometimes talk about anger, and that has to do with just a potent energy that you have inside of yourself. It's like a creative force. And so sometimes when you're getting triggered by people around you, it's because you need to find something that you can do with that creative energy inside yourself. Dance, create something, clean something, exercise. These are great ways to handle this basically Mars retrograde, which is this internalized assertive energy. And for some people, they're going to feel a little bit more relaxed. People who are normally, they get up in arms about things, they may go through this transit and feel more relaxed. And then other people may feel like they're more triggered. And not only you who are listening to this, but everyone else around you. Sometimes we forget that when we are feeling frustrated or we're pulling on that cloud of collective energy, that we're the only ones having an issue. That's not really true. We're often just snowballing into this issue with other people. Everyone is having a frustration, and we're just tapping into that energy. So that is the backdrop. It's so challenging to even come up with one or two things that September is really about. We're in a challenging few months here, and we've been in a challenging time. And this time is about where you feel your actions are frustrated. Like you're trying to get something done, you can't get it done. Something's blocking it, and that feeling of being blocked, and what you do when you feel caged or cornered, how you handle that. And, I always advocate for really finding some other place for that energy to go that is constructive, because each of us has a place where we can create something instead of destroy something. And I think that's really important at this time. So I drew some cards, and I got the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is a card of almost like feet not on the ground. It's a very, to me, a Neptunian kind of an airy, I'm confused. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing. How do I approach things? Sometimes this comes up when you either can't make a decision, or you're like, this is too confusing to make a decision about a situation. Let me show you the card. You can see that? Yeah, that's not the most attractive Seven of Cups card I've ever seen, but it comes in this deck. So, yeah, so this is, I'm going to say that this card is coming up because of the obstacle that we're all dealing with, that there's something, a roadblock, there's something like that somebody else isn't delivering, so that we can't quite get our part done. And next I got the Chariot card, which has to do with no matter how disorganized something appears to be in your life, or no matter how much you think it's not going to come forward, just keep putting one foot in front of the next. And if something's delayed, just let it be delayed this month, because ultimately it is going to work out. But don't go into a lot of doubt and confusion, and I'm just not sure anymore, I don't really know. When you get that energy, to say, who does that belong to? Return to sender, because I think the confusion is coming through feeling like the agreements just aren't working this month, and it has to do with a blockage somewhere down the line, down the supply chain, that's not having to do with your own productivity. So just keep putting one foot in front of the next, keep being productive, keep focusing on what you want to accomplish, because I think that there will be progress. It's just going to be slow. I mean, Mars is going retrograde. It's going to be slow. Now, I also got the Success card, Six of Wands. And I think, this is just, it's like a little bit of encouragement coming through that these things are going to work out for us, whatever you're working on in your life, even if there are delays. And sometimes a delay can really work in your favor. So consider that point of view during this month. I also got the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords comes up when we need a break. So during this month, we have to allow this time to be a time out so that we don't get burned out. Especially with this sense of, a little bit of diffusion or confusion or delay energy, and we're not really sure how something's supposed to turn out. I am really encouraged. The one soul card we got is the Chariot, and this is a card about keeping your heart on the prize and letting the chaos happen, but just continue to focus on the very best outcome you can for your situation. Sometimes I just wish I could pull something magical out of a hat and just turn the month into something else. I think that we have a lot to work with, though, and we're going to make it through this time. These are very challenging times, and they are also exciting times. And, I feel like in the next few years, there are going to be brand new inventions, things coming out of nowhere, completely innovative approaches to many of the problems where we're knocking our heads against walls, trying to, do old things in an old way instead of a new way. And so I'd like to just remind you about this energy of innovation that can come through this month, especially right now in the first few days of September. If you are willing to release your attachment to old ways of seeing things and old ways of doing things, and actually forgive the situation. Like, I forgive you, life, for not being exactly what I wanted you to be. I forgive the situation for being chaotic and crazy or not moving forward. And when you forgive, you can allow, it's like it empties a place inside of you for a miracle to come in. So that's what I want to leave you with. If you need me for a personal reading, I am available at the links below. You can find me and all of my courses and things. And I would love to help you on your journey if I can bring some clarity. September is a mixed time, but I know we're going to make it through. And if nothing else, enjoy the sun shining, because it is going to be a beautiful fall. So I will talk to you soon, and take very good care of yourself. Bye.